The development of the situation in the Pokrovsk direction, which remains the most difficult section of the front, is now being monitored not only in Ukraine but also abroad. The Russian occupiers are controlling Kurakhove, Seledove, Pokrovsk and Myrnohrad at gunpoint. The last one is only 7 kilometers away from the rumbling front.
Вот так сейчас выглядит одна из центральных улиц.
This is how one of the central streets of Myrnohrad looks now, with only occasional volunteer cars passing along the road. There are no people on the streets, it's curfew, and locals can go out only from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's only after 11 o'clock that people start appearing on the streets, and most often they can only be seen near very few working grocery shops.
It's scary, but what can we do?
Are you against evacuation?
No, we will evacuate, of course. We just can't leave the animals for now.
The pace of evacuation in the city has decreased, but there are still those who want to leave. The 83-year-old woman's home is an apartment building, and all of her neighbors have already left. The pensioner is afraid to stay alone. She says that despite her age, she still remembers World War II and Nazi occupation of Kyiv, where she was born.
I'm afraid. I'm still afraid, despite my age. I lived through one war, and that's the second one. We ate everything that grew on our land, like cabbages, olives, sour fruits, pears, which grew in the forest. We ate everything, including the pansy flowers, which were like a sweet banana. I can see them blooming now, but I didn't eat them.
Zhanna has almost no relatives left. The woman has poor eyesight and problems with her legs, but she believes she will be back home by next spring.
We'll live there until spring, until it gets a little more settled.
Russian shells have damaged 50% of the city. There are areas that can be accessed only on armored vehicles. This is one of the most unsafe neighborhoods of the city. It is actually completely destroyed and there is no electricity. The locals still live here, despite constantly having to hide. They hear the sounds of a UAV in the sky on a daily basis. Previously, Putin's troops shelled the city mostly at night, but now it is happening around the clock.
We should probably get out of here.
The majority of city residents do not refuse to be evacuated. However, they admit that they are afraid for their future in other regions. They are afraid of being left with nothing.
My daughter says that if we leave, we will be like homeless people. Where will we be? I can't sleep at night. I'm shaking all the time. I'm scared of all those explosions.
According to local authorities, as of September 2nd, just over 3,000 people and less than a dozen children remain in Myrnohrad. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Alena Gramova, Yevgen Karmazin, UATV News.